Hello everyone, welcome back to Blue Abroad. This is the Jumper Punch AFLW review. I'm joined by my co-host and legend of the fan cam world, Rocco. How you doing, my friend?
Good, Pommy, mate, and everyone out there. How you going? Hope you're having a great day, night. And let's get stuck into this. But before we do, mate, there's been a bit of an event that's happened in the Pommy household. Tell us what's happened.
Yeah, well, I decided to do my best Charlie Curnow impression over the weekend and broke my foot in 3 places. I'm a doubt for round 1.
No, man. So you did the Charlie Curnow. So is it this, the Charlie Curnow might be back for round 1, might be back for round 4, or we could possibly be out for the year? What's going on?
Oh, well, I've just gone for a shed load more scans. So, this could be, one of them injuries that just lasts the entire year.
This is the Charlie Curnow, man. I know you love the bloke, but gee, man, did you have to go that far?
Mate, I do my best just to give the players a little bit of love and support from here.
I love it, man. That's the commitment we do here, mate. We go all the way.
Mate, it's the full commitment. If you can't walk on your left leg, I can't. So
100%.
Yeah, well, obviously I was a bit more comical than Charlie's. I fell over a child's toy, so
it's not.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and it's not that funny, is it?
It probably is from the outside. If this was my mate, I'd be enjoying it. So
yeah, that's right. And that's how we felt when we doing the big smiley faces when you sent us the picture. Yeah, so we were feeling bad for a minute, but then I had to, because the way you described it, man, that would have looked funny.
Mate, it was probably funny for the onlookers, I'd say. It's something I wish I could have seen happen to someone else and had a good chuckle, but unfortunately, it's me, so there you are.
But in the true bloody Pommy and Jumper Punch and Blue Abroad form, we don't let nothing get in our way, and we're off, mate. We're off, and we're going to do this review on this fantastic women's game, yeah?
Yeah, well, luckily, even though I've got to rest, we have a lot of footy to cover. So yes. It's probably the best time to be couch-ridden at the moment. So exactly, I did a good job.
You are absolutely killing it, man. And, mate, all the graphics and you see out there, everything we're doing for this show, Pommy puts heaps of hours, man, and we all appreciate it, man. You're a star.
Oh, I appreciate it. It makes the fact that I can't walk a little bit better.
That's it.
Well, obviously, on the eve of me doing my foot, we watched the girls play the Doggies, and it was not the result we wanted. It was a ripper game, but I suppose we should digest it. So, Rocco, you tell me your thoughts. How did you feel that game went?
It started really good. It started really good, man. We looked slick, man. We looked slick, but it just felt like the same result next week, like last week, this week. It was just the same result. We started well. We let them come back. We tried to come back at the end, and we just couldn't do it again. It was almost like the men were playing, but they had ponytails on. That's the only difference. You know what I mean? But as I said, they started really good. Couple of players, Bessio, Stephen started really good. Took some big marks. We lowered our eyes. We kicked some goals. So yeah, started good, but unfortunately, I think it went downhill from there.
It did. Particularly the first. I thought the first quarter was kind of like the microscopic version of the entire 4 quarters. It was.
Yep.
We survived the best the Doggies had.
Yep.
And kept in it, but it was just lack of ruthlessness. And I thought the writing was on the wall. I think from the very start of the game. I think you use a good analogy there. It did feel like the men. We have seen this from the men quite a bit, to be in a tight contest and fall short when it mattered. And I've got a note here from a good friend who watched this game, who his text reads, "I've never seen a side try so hard but then end up losing." Yep. And I thought that really summed it up. There's no doubt these girls are putting in 110% effort, but it was a lot of samey in the fourth quarter for me, particularly in the fourth. It really looked very one-dimensional, very easy to defend.
Yeah.
And in the end, obviously, you can't play like that and beat a quality outfit like the Doggies.
No, 100%, man. That is perfect what you just said. Look, I just wrote some notes here. You know, the pressure was good, tackling was good. I mean, the tackling was 24-9. You know what I mean at that stage. So like they were really, really going hard. You know, but they just let them out. No, Maddie started good again. You know, she's a star. You know, so apart from that, yeah. So it was a good start, and then we went in at quarter time, and we were hoping that we were gonna like continue on in the next quarter, but it was much the same the next quarter, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah, all the quarters kind of were lovely, poetically similar, weren't they? It was one side was on top, then the other side would get on top. It was who took the chances.
Yeah.
But I think the big one for me, worrying going forward, is the second week in a row we're talking about forward entries and the setup in the forward entries. Particularly, there was a lot of kicks, and we watched the footage off camera. You and me did, Rocco, of a few of the inside 50s in the fourth where players are looking to kick almost backwards and diagonally from the pocket, as opposed to just setting it up on the goal square. And it's a worrying. I think it's a worrying trend, especially when the last 15 inside 50s were Carlton for 0 goals.
Exactly.
It's a big concern for me that if I was Hartford, that is something I'd be looking to address this week.
100%, man. You nailed it, man. The composure, it disappears. As soon as they get under pressure, the composure just disappears. They bomb it in long. Man, the Doggies knew exactly what we were doing. They knew. They were waiting for us. We were just bombing along, and they were just picking off the marks and just kicking it back out again, you know. So, and as you said, that last 15 entries for 0, you know. But, you know, like, that's, the second quarter, I got some more notes again, like Harris again takes a good mark. She misses again, you know what I mean? But it's good, great tackle. Loins kicks a goal. And then there was that passage of play where Georgia G kicks that goal, which was absolutely great. Man, we looked on fire there. That put us 16 points ahead. You know what I mean? And if you look at that goal with Georgia G, man, she's a star, that girl, man. She handballed it off, got it back. Mate, there was no rush. She composed herself and slotted it through from about 30, 35 on the boundary. So, yeah, we were looking good at that stage. At that stage there, I remember, I think my last week I said 36 points, and I was looking on track to get it right, yeah?
Well, I mean, there was moments, and like you say, Georgia G, that was, to me, the passage of play that sums up what's great about Daniel Hartford. I think when you watch Carlton girls play, when they play fast like that, when you've got Georgia G doing the link-up, and she was phenomenal, by the way. She really reminded me of, you know, like 2011 type Mark Murphy throughout that game. She was everywhere. But that passage of play particular, as that entry inside 50, little dink kick into it, link-up play, pick the loose ball, quick 1-2, handball, release, steady yourself, take the shot. That's where we're very dangerous. Like the first quarter, you had Vessio's wonder mark from Wilson's clearance, Vessia to Stevens to O'Day. When we move it fluidly and quick, I think we look a lot better. It felt like 49 handballs more in the game as well. It showed that we slowed down and got very tentative. It felt like there was a lot of players unwilling to put the hand up and say, today's the day for me. I'll be the superstar. And that's something that we need to iron out. We don't want them to be nervous, but we have got into positions to win the flag 0 and 2 before. This isn't something new for the girls.
Nah, but you can't keep doing it, man. Like, just because it happened once, it doesn't mean it's going to happen again. You know, you don't want to be putting yourself in that situation. One more loss, and especially an early loss, man, and it could almost like knock the wind out of them. So, you know, you don't want to be in this position. We were favourites in both games, and, you know, like, we've just wasted 2 games. But anyway, yep, so that happened. We move into the third quarter, and, the third quarter was... again, the same, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the third quarter was a tough one, really, to watch, because you felt like the doggies could come back any minute. And this third quarter, we really brought it. And it was kind of that false dawn, wasn't it? I was sat back the third quarter and thought, well, they've got this now. The girls have got this. It's game over, and it's 100%. Just play out the win.
100%, man. Like, that was the Harris quarter, man. She's taken that strong mark. She's kicked the goal, and then she's kicked that one from 50. Reminded us of someone, didn't it?
It reminded me of a young buddy.
Yeah. They looked good, man. And at that point there, man, we looked like, even though the doggies, you know, came back, we looked like we took control again, you know what I mean? And that we were just going to run away with it, you know? But again, under pressure, what do the Blues do? Man, they just kick it to nowhere. They're under pressure. They just boot it, you know what I mean? There was no lowering of the eyes. So, again, it was the same for me.
Yeah, he kind of as well. It was cheap goals. It was just slight defend. It felt like the transition halfway through the third stopped working from attack to defence.
Yep.
And you're going to get killed. It's the second week in a row we've conceded a cheap goal against momentum.
Yep.
Out the back. And it's these little things. It's such a tough game. I mean, I know there's an argument to be had for the girls. They are missing McAvoy, Lalofi, Gab Pound, Brooke Walker, Dalton, who's obviously at the Olympics. We've lost Hoskin. But for me, there's no excuse. These girls are professional athletes, and I think they are good enough. I do think that defence just lacks something without Lalifi there as well. I do feel that no one was willing to really take the game on from down back, and it resulted in just punting it into the middle of the field and resetting and allowing a lot of ball for the Dogs.
100%, man. 100%, man. And you're right with Lalifi. She was definitely missed. With the other players that were missed, yeah. You know what's funny? It's funny that before the season started, we were favourites to win the flag, man. We weren't even mentioning those players. Now we lose 2 games and we're going, oh, you know, we're missing that. That sounds like Carnival to me. That sounds like the men, you know, as soon as we lose, oh, we're missing Kerno. And that's really, we can't use that as an excuse, man.
We can't, but we will.
Yeah, of course we will. Of course we will. We always like to make ourselves feel better. But, yeah. So that was the third, and then coming to the fourth. I mean, we're 10 points up at the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? We restored that momentum. You know, we're 10 points up. Man, we should have ran away with this. But what happens? Dan, tell us what happens in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Well, I think my notes here were pretty spectacular. It was composure.
Yep.
That was it. I just wrote composure, and I think our composure really went here. We were exceptionally dominant towards the end of that quarter as well, particularly. But really, that was Carlton's quarter, and somehow the Doggies kicked 3 goals in it, and we kicked 0.
And they were shitty goals. Not that they were shitty goals, but seriously, man, those 3 goals, oh, man, they shouldn't have happened. They were just like bad mistakes by the Blues, you know. Each one of them shouldn't have happened, you know. So, unfortunately, that cost us, man. And then after that, as you said, man, we tried really hard, but we just couldn't do it. We just lost that composure.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was for me as well. It was something that you'd look at Dan Harford's side, and the first quarter showed it. We're a very rebound-heavy side. We're very good at soaking up pressure and hitting teams on the counter very quickly.
Yep.
And it showed in the first quarter. I mean, for us to lead by 3 points in the first, it really did show. When really it was all the Doggies. It showed what we were about. We're very good at holding pressure and then hurting you. the doggies gave us a masterclass in rebounding. Once they got the lead, particularly that last 7 minutes of that quarter, they just ploughed all the goals back. And they knew what Carlton were going to do. It started to be too many handballs on the edge. There was Nicola Stevens running inside 50 and she handballs backwards. There was Egan, she was running in. You've got Maddie, one out, just a handball over the top. She chooses to kick it, not even to the goal square, just halfway in the arc and home. And eventually you're going to get punished with that. And obviously the doggies, they had a field day with that.
Yeah, 100%, man. We were, as we were saying earlier, man, and then we just started booting it in, man. We just lost composure, man. We weren't lowering their eyes. They would just kicks. How many times they just kicked to a doggies play? They knew what they were doing. They just sat back, picked off the marks, and kicked away again. So yeah. So unfortunately, it seems to be a bit of a trend. We'll talk about the coach a bit later, but yeah, there seems to be a bit of a trend. There seems to be there's no plan B. So yeah. So look, it's a bit of a worrying trend. You know what I mean? In saying that, I did enjoy the game. It was a high quality game. We didn't get the result. If we would have got the result, we would have probably talked about it a little bit differently. But it was a high quality game, and I actually really got into it. I thought it was a good game.
It was a very good game, and I think it's one of them games as well that I think if I was a neutral, I would have been really peppy. I would have been like, God, that was a good game. Yeah, that was a good game. I mean, that really is the kind of game we want to showcase for the women's game too. It was a seesaw affair. It had tough tackles. It had toughness. It had skill. It had goals. And there was so many seesaws of momentum in that game. It was like a movie, wasn't it? You didn't know who the bad guy was. You didn't know who to root for.
It was good. You said you had some Pommy mates there.
Yeah, in the Discord group, we were watching that. So congratulations, Bulldogs. You've got 8 new English fans. Because the agreement was whoever won this would support. So well done. Well done, Dogs. Enjoy that. But I mean, they enjoyed it. I mean, that was good because they're used to English soccer. We know that the English soccer, they're starting to mirror the Premier League now. And that's been a very slow process for the women, but starting to get on equal footing, people enjoying it. So they were super impressed. When I told them that it was less than 5 years the women have been playing, they were super shocked at the competitiveness of the game and the skill level. And like two of them haven't seen AFL at all, so they're actually super excited to see the men because they're like, wow, if you're telling me that the men have been playing it forever, like imagine what that's going to be like if this is the new version of the game. So exciting times.
Give the girls a go, man. It's, as you said, it's only been 5 years. You know, it's only been 5 years that they've been training at the highest level. They've got the same coaches as the men. You know what I mean? The talent pool is starting to get a lot better. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely come a long way, and yeah, I enjoyed that. So that was good. Yeah. But unfortunately, this is about the Blues, and it's about us now letting everyone know what we thought of each player, yeah?
Yeah, well, I mean, let's get on to them illustrious votes. Hit me with your quarter 1, 3, 2, 1.
All right. So, in that first quarter, I tell you what, each quarter is pretty hard to give these votes, you know what I mean? Because there's always like half a dozen you can give it to. But 3 votes I gave to Maddie. I thought Maddie, like, straight away, she got into it, man, always in and under, man. She's busy, man. She reminds me a little bit of, like, your namesake there, the old Diesel Williams there, man. She's in and about. She's at it every contest, man. She gives herself an opportunity to get the ball every time, you know. So she got the 3. I thought Mimi Hill, we love Mimi Hill, don't we? She had a great quarter, man. She's really good, man. I'm impressed with her.
Becoming a little superstar.
I think so. And the 1 vote I'm going to give to She was a controversy decision last week that she got you should have stayed home. But this week, I thought her first quarter was great, man. She took that first mark, and that's Bessio, you know. She took that first mark. She was busy. She only got like 3 or 4 possessions, but she was busy, you know. She looked like she was about to burst out. So I gave her 1 vote.
I like that. I was similar, slightly different, but I did go 3 votes Hill. I thought Mimi was absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
Really exciting acquisition. And she's really setting a high bar, I think, already for herself. So she's definitely...
I like the name too. I like the name too. Mimi Hill, I love it.
It's a great name, isn't it?
It's a great name.
It's a recognisable name, isn't it, as well, I think. My 2 votes went to my girl, Jess Edwards. We know I love a little bit of dash down back, so
she was good.
She got in the votes. Yep. And one vote for new girl, Elise O'Day. I thought her finish, her composure in the first quarter got us the goal. I think it's hard if you're the only goal kicker not to feature in the votes. That's just the Pom method. But I also enjoy what she does off the ball, her toughness. I think when we're missing players like McAvoy, who had a physical presence around stoppages, I think she brings us that as well. So makes me excited to think when McAvoy returns, them 2 working together to help Maddie, quite a fearsome proposition for any midfield strength. Yep,
good. They're good votes, man. They're good. As I said, it's hard to give these votes, but you're looking at especially the 1 vote could go to like 6 players, you know what I mean? But we have to do the hard calls here, so we make the decision. You left Maddie out, so that's a bit surprising from you since we know you love Maddie a lot. But yeah, those votes are good, man. I like them.
She's becoming a victim of her own success.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah.
And quarter 2, who did you have?
All right, quarter 2, another great name. I love this, man, but she's a great player, man. She's only small in stature, but, man, she goes hard. And that's Georgie G. She got the 3 votes, man. She was great this quarter, man, especially that goal. I'm telling you, that composure, the way she set herself up and kicked that goal, you could see there was no pressure. She looked like she had a lot more time, you know, so that was good. I gave 2 votes to Loins. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Loins, all right, beautiful. Yeah, so I thought she's really done well too. So I thought she had a good quarter. And I gave 1 vote to, I like this girl. I don't only like her, I like her dad. And that's McKay, man. She's really started well this year, and she had another good quarter.
Yeah, she's brilliant as well. And she plays a lot like her dad, doesn't she? I mean, obviously I wasn't here for live dad, but I have seen highlights, and she does have that attacking intent of the 100%. Ball.
I'm telling you, it's uncanny how close to Andrew she plays, man. It's really good. Yeah, so she's going to be a good player. Yeah. So they might votes.
I like it. No, I like it. I went obviously 3 votes. I think I agree with you. Georgia G was phenomenal. Absolutely brilliant all week, all game, and I think probably a good argument to have her in the votes, probably all 4 quarters. She was a bit quieter in the first, but she did pop up. 2 votes, Maddie returns.
Yes.
And 1 vote is Gearing. I really enjoyed her game in the second. I thought she put in a few tackles, a few bumps, creating space, did some of the tough work, and I'm enjoying that acquisition to our team.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, very good player, man. We've got some good players there. I'm telling you, man. If we can just put this together, we've got some quality players. No, I like those votes.
We say that about the men on paper.
Yeah, I know. It's all about putting it together. I know.
As my pop used to say to me, it's a shame that the game's played on grass, not paper, son.
Exactly. On paper, man, we'd be winning every premiership for the last 6 years, you know. Yeah.
Well, then we go to quarter 3. This was probably the easy one to vote for because we were very insurgent in this quarter. So tell me how your 3 votes went.
Yeah, so again, the 3 and 2 could have been swapped around here, but I went Hoskins for 3. I thought she was very instrumental in this quarter. You like that word, instrumental? I'm learning.
I do like it. I like it.
I like it. 3 votes. I gave 2 to Harris. She definitely deserved a 2-man, and those 2 goals, she definitely put us back in control of the game. She started taking control of the game. So Harris got 2, and then 1. Naturally, Maddie comes back, man. You can't keep her out for too long, this girl. Yeah. So they were my votes.
Yeah, you've got to have Maddie in pretty much every quarter.
Yeah, almost.
I mean, I'm actually surprised. I thought she'd feature in every quarter's votes for the rest of the year. I didn't think I wouldn't be surprised, so I'm surprised this is the week. This is the week, but shows how good the girls are getting.
That's right. That's good. That's good. That's what we want, you know.
And my third quarter vote's very similar. I went 3 votes Taylor. I thought she was brilliant this quarter. I thought she presented well. She offered a threat. And I thought, more importantly, we used her well in this quarter as well. She was isolated. She was allowed to do what she does best.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed her game. Maddie got the 2. I thought she was brilliant. I did give Georgia G the 1 vote here. I thought her energy really helped. She kept them going fast as well. Where we looked like we were slowing down, she gave that energy. So I enjoyed her game.
Yeah, 100%, man. As we said, like Georgie G could have been in votes in every quarter also, man. She had a really, really good game, yeah. So that's good. That's good, man. I like it. We're close, but we're different. I like it.
Got to have something to discuss.
That's it.
And the 4th quarter, how did you see that?
All right, so now the 4th quarter, I think that Maddie's come back. She was the best player. But again, I picked 2 votes for Georgie G, so they could have gone either way. But I thought Maddie 3, Georgie G 2, and then I gave 1 vote to Moody. You know, she could have got a couple more votes throughout the other quarters. She actually had a good game, but I thought I had to put Moody in because I think she's very, very important to this team.
Well, I mean, this is the first time in this week's episode we're similar. So, we've got the same people, wrong order. So, I've gone G3. I thought she was the only reason she went ahead of Maddie was because Maddie missed the goal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I threw my remote. She was one of the girls responsible for the first remote throw of the year.
Yeah. It was a bad miss. It was a bad miss. It was a really bad miss, man. She missed everything. I thought she could have been a bit more composed there. So you're absolutely right, yeah.
2 was Maddie, and then 1, like you, Moody. I thought she was brilliant as acting as that stopper. She kind of reminded me of Max Gorn this quarter, just lining up behind the back line as we encamped in the forward line and just stopping them getting the exit of defensive 50. So I was very impressed with her game. Like you, I think she probably could have featured in the votes earlier as well.
Yeah, no, she's well, man. I'm happy with her. So yeah, so the votes are good. So we're on the same boat here, mate. That's good. I like it.
Same boat train.
Yeah.
Same boat train.
Sometimes the same train, but the wrong track sometimes. But anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say different station, same train.
We can go all day here. All right, beautiful. I love it.
So, and how did that correlate into the final vote? So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, the 5 didn't really change from last week. It was Maddie again. She's so consistent. She definitely deserved it. But again, G was number 4. 4 votes for G. And again, she could have easily been number 5. But I've given her the 4. Now, Moody only gave 1 vote. But as I said, she could have easily been in every vote, you know what I mean? So I've given her the 3. I thought she was really important for the game, man. She was up against a sister too, you know, so that would have been a bit interesting for them, you know. But I think she definitely bet her and deserves the 3 votes. I gave 2 to Hoskins. I thought she was good through the whole game, so she deserved 2. And then the last one, I couldn't really decide. Like, there was 2 players. I just couldn't decide. So, listen, it's our voting system. I'm just going to change the rules, and I'm going to give them half a vote each, yeah?
Okay.
So, half a vote to Hill and half a vote to seriously. I think she is my favourite player, and that's McKay. You know, she got half a vote too.
I like it. I do like it. I'm impressed, Rocco, that you've we're only in week 2 and we've manipulated the voting system. I like it. I like it. And I agree with most of it. I went 5G. Hey, that sounds weird. 5G. 5 votes for G. I thought she was brilliant. And
Yeah, you saying 5? That was like Judd, 3 votes. This could be 5G. I like it. I like it.
We've gone 4 votes, Maddie. I thought she had a great game as well. I just thought G's was better. Mimi Hill, I put her 3. I really enjoyed her energy down the wing. Edwards always will feature in my votes as she plays. There's a cheat code for the end of the year. No, I enjoyed her game though. I thought she was composed and really offers something going forward. And Taylor Harris features. I thought it's hard. I know she missed an easier one a bit later on, but for me, I thought she was brilliant. And I felt sorry for her in the 4th because them entries ain't helping anyone. Doesn't matter who you are.
It wasn't all her fault, man. When you got like 4 players on you, it's always going to be hard to take a mark. So, so it is tough on her. Yeah, so. Oh, that's good. That's good.
And then I suppose we do coaches' votes. So Dan Harford, he was about a 5 and a 4 last week. So
yeah, I think I gave him a 4.5. You might have been a bit more nicer to him, but mate, this week, man, you're lucky you got a 3 from me, man. That's all you're gonna get. You're gonna get a 3, and that's because you showed up. You know what I mean? So I think he missed the mark again, mate. He missed the mark. You know, he just didn't have a plan B again. Didn't have a plan B again, man. Just he should have reacted a lot quicker. Even that first quarter, man. Like really, we were lucky. We were lucky in that first quarter, but again, quarter 2, there was no change. You should have seen it coming, you know. So, you know what, Daniel, he's got your name too, mate. Like that's, you know, you must be like fuming.
My ears pricked up as well when you said Daniel. I don't get called that unless I'm in trouble. So when I hear it, I'm always like,
that's right, and that's he's in trouble, man. Like I know because it could be all over next week if they lose. Or this week. So, yeah, Daniel, man, you're lucky to get a 3, mate. So, yeah, that performance, I wasn't happy with at all. You know, wasn't happy with it all. No plan B. I'm going to call you Daniel, no plan B. That's what I'm going to call you, mate.
I like it. Same thoughts as you. I thought this was the 2nd week in a row that he had an opportunity to see early doors, particularly this game. It wasn't like Collingwood where Collingwood just got the rub of the green and kicked goals, you know, against the run of play. Like this, you saw from the first quarter, the Doggies were on and the Doggies had a set game plan. And I think by the 4th, when you're just bombing it inside 50, I don't blame the girls for that. Yeah. I think that was a plan.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they slowed down. If anything, I want them to get a bit quicker when the pressure's on, because I think when they start to think about it, it doesn't work. So, yeah, I'm with you. I felt like there was a few things you could have done maybe to stop the momentum early doors, particularly after the first quarter. I would have thought that quarter-time team talk is the easiest one in the world. Yeah. Like, we've dodged a bullet here.
And again, like in the last quarter, man, like, we're 10 points up. How aren't those girls revved up? How did they let them kick 3 goals to start the quarter, man? How did they not get revved up, you know? And there's got to take some blame there for her. He's got to take some responsibility that they didn't go out there firing, because all they needed to do was kick the first goal, and all of a sudden it's almost out of their thing. So, yeah, you're lucky you got a 3, mate. I'm telling you, this could be a bad year for you, mate.
I gave him a 2.5.
Oh, so, you even went worse than me.
Yeah, I was receiving in that, because I do feel that this was more tactical of application from the players, in the terms of I think they've been told to enter inside 50s. It reminded me very much of Bolton, you know, that whole mantra of inside 50s, the more you have them, the more chance you have of kicking a goal. Yeah. And like the last 15 inside 50s, Carlton, to me, that's unforgivable. Even if that's not your tactics, at some point you send a message out there to say stop fucking doing it. So yeah, it was a poor one for me. It was a poor one, and hopefully next week he's a bit more proactive.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope for his own sake, because I'm coming after him next week, man.
Well, then we do everyone's favourite, the umpires. This show's not
they're
scared.
rubbish, mate. Like, I don't even know why we're going on with this. They were rubbish this week, man. They were just the holding the ball doesn't exist anymore. You know what I mean? They're just like they're waiting too long to give decisions. There was a couple of decisions there that I thought were just too harsh. You know, not only for the Blues, you know, for the Doggies too, man. Seriously, last week I was a bit kind to them, but this week, man, I give them nothing, mate. They get nothing from me, mate.
Oh dear, I can't wait till Uncle Gil from the AFL sends an email.
The bench season, gee. Yeah.
Well, I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean, I can't get over.
Oh, game of 3, by the way, 3.
I can't get over the dropping the ball, holding the ball, incorrect disposal. Like, I watched the games all week as well after that, and this one was a particular highlight because there was a few times, particularly in the third, where Doggies girls have literally just dropped it in the motion of a tackle, and they've been trying to dispose it. They've just been held, and the umpires play on. Also, stoppages. Like, how long did they let in the fourth quarter, killing time?
Oh, there was a couple. I'm telling you, they cost us the game. They took away 2 minutes off our game, mate. Like, I'm telling you, just you can see that nothing was going to happen, man. Just bloody blow the whistle. Yeah, nah, pathetic.
So you gave him a 3. I'm going to give him a 3 too. So they get 6 out of 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, do better. Just want a bit of consistency.
Yeah, come on, man. Everyone goes, oh, it's a hard game to umpire. Come on, mate. It's not hard. Just do the basics right, man. I'm telling you, man. Just do the basics right. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to make these decisions that no one cares about. Just do the basics. That's all we ask for. But anyway, you better improve too. You better be on the track now, bouncing that ball, mate. Do something this week, mate.
I agree with you. And now everyone's favourite feature last week. Rocco should have stayed at home. Who are you giving it to this week? Because it kind of worked last week.
It worked, and you know what? In that first quarter, Vesio, man, I think I wrote you a message saying, mate, Rocks, mate, he's got him thinking, and she's come out and she had a good quarter. But then after that, she was pretty much pathetic, you know, for the rest of the game, man. Again, only 3 possessions. And to tell you the truth, she only got saved because of that first quarter. You know what I mean? So I gave it to Stevens. 5 possessions. She really had no impact. She needed to do something in that forward line, man. Apart from that first mark, after that she had 4 possessions and really no impact. And as you said, man, in the forward line, we needed her to be a bit more busier. So listen, really, if she'd stayed at home this week, the score wouldn't have been any different, you know. So
yeah, she's definitely someone who's a bit out of form. I think suffering as well from the forward entries as well. I don't think that's her strength. It's a bit like she's a bit like Eddie Betts. I see her like if you're gonna bomb it in, it's not their game. They need it quick. They need it low. They need something to run onto. So definitely,
it's a tough position. Don't get me wrong. It's a tough position. But anyway, no excuses. No excuses. I love you. I love you all, girls. But this week, if you want to be honest, Stevens should have stayed home.
But Stevens, yeah, she was poor. She was poor this week, and I think Stevens and Vesio, both players, were looking to these experienced leaders.
Yeah.
But they know what they're doing. They've been around the game long enough. We're looking for them to impact. So I agree with it.
Yeah.
Well,
but let's get it back next week. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. You know, we can do it again next week. Let's go. That should be a big thing in training this week. Who doesn't want to be staying home? That should be the thing this week. That's going around training. Did you hear that I got that vote? Who wants that vote this week? No one wants that vote. It should be like motivation this week for you.
Spot on. It's a prestigious award for all the wrong reasons.
And you don't want it. Exactly.
Well, with negative, we always have positive. So
Yep.
we're going to do Pom's play of the day.
Yep.
So I chose the first goal that Elise O'Day kicked. So
Yes.
we talked about this. There was a lot as that plays in the background as we talk about it.
Yep.
There was a lot I could choose here. There was Taylor Harris's wonder goal. There was
Yep.
Georgia G's wonderful goal.
Exactly.
But I thought this showcased what went wrong in the fourth.
Yep.
We have that wonderful interception,
Yep.
corridor kick. Vesio takes
Yep.
a strong mark.
Yeah.
And I think for me, the big thing was once Vesio hits Stevens looks, drops the eyes, bobs it over the mark. Easy
Yep.
mark for Elisa Day, and she finishes off a very classy Carlton move.
100%, man. 100%. And that is a good play today. It just like showcased Carlton at their best. It was that first play. It really got everyone excited. As you said, it was just beautiful play. And the last bit where Stevens lowered her eyes, hit that target, and then the goal was finished. It was a beautiful goal. I think it was her first goal too for the Blues. So that's a good play. And as you can see it, as you saw it in the background, how exciting was that?
It was Carlton girls at their best.
Yeah.
At their best. So we'll look at two girls we've highlighted this week because we love them. So we'll do Abby McKay at first. So
Abby, look at that.
Look at these.
Everyone can see that. Everyone can see that. Look at that. Possessions everywhere, man. She got 16 possession. They're all over the ground. You know what I mean? And also the tackles. Look at the tackles, man. She's tackling everywhere, So,
yeah,
mate, that is a good indication of how hard Abby McKay works there.
Little workhorse, isn't she? Good engine on her. She goes up and down the ground as well. You can see that she's featured in defensive plays, attacking plays, and the midfield plays. So she's really covering the ground. And we know she's your favourite. My new favourite, Mimi Hill. We'll take a look at her. Really enjoyed her game. She was everywhere.
She was everywhere, man. And if you just look at that map, this is another one just everywhere. Just like all over the place. In the back line, she's really, really, really taking control there, and then just running it around. No, that's good. That's good, yeah.
I was very impressed and with both of them girls and both becoming jumper punch favourites, aren't they?
I think so. They're the ones, man. So really good games. Yeah, there's some good girls to highlight there. I like it. I like the graphics too, mate. Mate, I'm just going to tell everyone the work this bloke does to get those graphics, because the AFL don't do this for the women. So they want the women's game to be accessible to everyone, and yet they treat them different to everyone else. But not here on the jumper punch. Every Carlton player is treated the same. So that's great work, man.
Cheers, mate. Well, I mean, I've got to say the girls get better treatment than the men because someone else does the men's ones for me. All I've got to do is put the data in. So right. I have to collect my own data. So give a bit more love to the girls, a bit more.
That's it. They deserve
essence of Pom there.
They deserve it, yeah.
And we're talking about people putting in hard work. Obviously, we've got a new initiative, the 19th person.
Yep.
Riley Starre won the inaugural week awards.
Yep.
So tell us a bit about the 19th person, Rocco.
So the 19th person, man, we need everyone to get around this, man. We're really passionate about this. I think this is a great idea. I said this last week. Port Adelaide have got that stupid thing they sing around the ground, but amateurish. We've come up with the big one here, the 19th man. We want the 19th jumper to be retired, not because we don't like Eddie Betts, because we love Eddie Betts, man. We should be the 19th man, man. And every week we're going to pick a 19th player. And last week was Riley, and this week you're going to name the new one this week. So I want everyone to get behind this 19th man.
Yeah, well, last week Riley did a wonderful job. Anyone who knows him helps out a lot with the Queensland committee. Real vocal. You'll see him flag bearing, screaming. He's a viral video superstar from
Yep.
the last game that they played in Queensland. So he did a splendid job. But this week, it was the 6,000 day anniversary of Essendon missing finals. And I saw this young lady, she popped up with a few posts about this, stirring some eggs, stirring some feathers.
Love it.
Sonia Perishon is our inaugural female winner of this. That's what I'm about. Let's stick it to opposition fans. Let's really show our passion in a good-natured way.
I love it. I love Sonia. Great comments. She's great. And that post about the 6,000 days that Essendon won a final, man, that brought a smile to my face. I love it. This is what we need from everyone. We need the passion out there. And Sonia, she is our 19th player this week, and well done.
Hopefully she breaks the jumper punch curse, because Carlton winless since jumper punch covered games.
Yes, you're right too, because you gave me that stat and I'm not happy about that. I don't know if it's us or if it's the players. They'll probably be blaming us, as they normally do, blame everyone else in the world. But yes, hopefully the curse gets broken this week, and we got confidence that it will. So if everyone just puts in 100%, I'm telling you, we can achieve great things. We can
100%. We're equally as important as the players. If we can make some noise, get them to feel that passion like we do every week, sky's the limit. Well, I mean, that's it. But I do believe you wanted a Rocco's rant.
Mate, we're going to do a Rocco's rant, man. And I'm telling you, put in the comment if you want me to talk about something, because, mate, I'm going to talk about something. This is going to be a bit controversial. So we'll just quickly go to the men's game here. We're just going to go to the men's game, and I'm going to talk about one player that's been annoying me recently, right? You're not going to be happy with this, but here we go. The captain, right? The captain. Not Doc. Doc's a star. It's Cripper, mate. Cripper.
What's Cripper
What are you doing, mate? Why haven't you re-signed yet? Sign the bloody paper, mate. Why are you holding out? What is going on here, mate? Like, sign the paper. Show some leadership, for crying out loud. This is what we're lacking. We're lacking the leadership. Imagine he goes out there now and says, like, I've signed for 5, 6, 7 years, mate. I'm leading this group, and I'm going to go out there against Richmond. I'm going to take the game on, mate, and I'm going to pull everyone. I'm going to put everyone on my back, and I'm going to take it on, mate. And that will show it by you signing now, just like Dusty did. Just like the other great captains do, just like Dusty did before that final series, man. That bloke there signed. He could have got a whole heap more money from North. I'm talking 200 or 300 grand a year, mate. That's the equivalent of $1.5 million, whatever it is, And he said, no, I'm sticking with these boys. What does he do? He not only wins a premiership Norm Smith medal, he wins the Brownlow, he wins another 2 Norm Smiths, another. If he's worried about making money, Crib, I'm telling you, you look at Martin's. He sold his bloody jumper for 100 grand, mate. I'm telling you, you become a premiership player, you lead this club, mate, the money will start pouring in, mate. You elevate yourself to the thing. And that all starts, right, by you signing now. I'm telling you now, sign now, mate. What are you waiting for, man? I want to hear that. And if you wait till like round 8 or something and you don't sign, right, and then you decide to go, man, that's poor form, mate. That's really poor form, man. You've got to sign this now, mate.
Well, I mean, it's going to be something that I agree with you. It's going to be a bad message, and it's going to be an unnecessary distraction. I mean, once Tom Brown gets to round 5 or 6, he's going to be tweeting. He spoke to his little mates at inside sources at the Eagles.
Yeah.
And it'll start to circulate, and the longer it goes on, we know the AFL love 3 things the media do. They love Carlton stories, they love Cripper, and they love trade rumours. So for me, I'm with you. The longer it goes on, the longer it's going to be an unnecessary distraction. Either have been indoctrinated by the Australians. So I believe he'll stay. But
let's hope, man, because at the end of the day, man, I love this bloke. I love him. But I'm telling you, if we don't all put in 100%, right? And everyone has to put in percent. The 19th, man, but the captain, mate, he has to lead the way, man. And I'm thinking, we don't need this distraction. We do not need this distraction, man. And it's poor, man. I'm telling you, man, if you're listening, somehow you are listening to this. If one of your mates are listening, you tell him, mate, Rocco said, sign the fucking paper, mate. Just sign it, man. Don't worry about what you're earning, mate. Seriously, 1 million, 1.1. What's the difference, man? Are you being serious? Do you want to be great? Or do you just want to be mediocre when you finish this career, man? And there's no guarantee that he wins one when he gets to West Coast or wherever he's going. You know what I mean? So, man, come on. Come on, man. Can you imagine what you do if you sign? So come on, mate. Let's do this, man. We love you. Let's do this.
I love it. The Rocco's rant, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know in the comments what you think about the girls' team and what do you think's going on with the Cripper situation. We'll see you next week. From
Thanks,
me,
guys.
Rocco. See you later.